Mysuara
Afternoon to everybody. Thank you for still tuning in the Mysuara FM. Today, me, Azman, will be replacing Ridwan, my brother. As you know, he just received his second baby. So we congratulate to Ridwan for having the new baby. So today, I'll be with you for the next 1 hour. And today, we have in our studio Akmal Hafizuddin. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
The Deputy President for Club UMNO Luar Negara Lancaster. Everything good, brother?
Alhamdulillah, everything good.
So how long, I'm fine, how long will you be here for the holiday?
Having my holidays for 3 months.
Oh, all right, that's Akmal, which is studying now in Lancaster, yeah?
Lancaster,
So maybe for the beginning of the session, maybe you can just introduce a bit of yourself to the listener. Yes.
Okay.
The mic was not on. So the first time, don't worry.
I'm quite shaken a bit, so I forgot to turn on.
So again, Akmal.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Akmal Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Adam. I'm the eldest of three. I'm currently studying in Lancaster, United Kingdom, taking up accounting and finance for 3 years, as I said. So I've finished my first year. Now I'm on my holiday for 3 months in Malaysia. Yeah.
So when you first, step foot in the United Kingdom, how was it like? I mean, how do you adapt with the international environment?
Yeah, okay. So it's quite an interesting question because initially I thought the whole adaptation thing is going to be easy. You know, it's just going there. I mean, I have a few friends coming with me along to Lancaster itself, but then I find that when you're, it's not in isolation or whatever. It's just that when you are going abroad, you are exposed to this kind of environment that you're not used to. So although you have a few friends with you, you find that you are quite lonely at times, especially in the first few months of it. I can say that when you reach United Kingdom, typically you'll come in the winter times, right? So have you ever heard of winter depression, Azman?
What's that?
Winter depression. Well, I'm not saying that I'm suffering from depression or anything like that. It's just that, coming up to a new environment and you feel as though you don't have that much of friends. The support system was, just being built. So you feel as though you're quite lonely. Plus the weather is not helping at all. So you feel quite sad and whatnot. So yeah, you get depressed. So yeah, for the first few months, you feel down. But then over time, we managed to branch out, find friends, make new friends, and I've been enjoying my stay in United Kingdom for quite some time. I'm actually missing UK now, so yeah.
So you're missing UK more than Malaysia now, eh?
No, of course.
Oh, no.
We love Malaysia more, of course.
So when you talk, and you are in the Club UMNO Luar Negara, maybe you can talk about a bit of that club.
The club.
In terms of the responsibility that you need to carry out as the Deputy President now, yeah?
Deputy President,
of the Club UMNO in Lancaster.
Lancaster.
So
That's
maybe
right.
just a bit of introduction of Club UMNO. What is actually the responsibility there?
Yeah, sure. It's quite interesting. When you're going abroad, Club UMNO is typically divided into 2 stages. The first one is in university level. So there are a few universities that has these clubs. They have these clubs, right? And there's one main club which governs the whole club in the United Kingdom. So I'm in charge of the Lancaster division of it. So in terms of responsibility in Lancaster itself, for Malaysian, we have 2 societies that are very active in Lancaster. One is the Malaysian Society. All universities has that. And the other one is the Club UMNO. So what we do over there is we Club UMNO, we support whatever Malaysian Society's programs that they are doing. So we, not only that, we hold our own events. Like for example, we held, if I'm not mistaken, a bowling competition, one of it.
Alright.
Yeah. And as well as helping with our grand dinner that we held annually. Yeah, we hold annually.
Get together with all the Malaysians.
We get together, yeah. That's one of the main purpose as well for Club UMNO Luar Negara. We want to get people together. That's what we do, yeah.
That's great. Well, that's a little introduction, I think, for the first section of the 1 hour talk for today in the Hot Talk. So I think let's just tune into one song first. before we
Yeah,
continue
sure.
talking. Is that why not? So now, I think for the next first song for my session today, we have Taylor Swift, "Out of the Woods" by Mysuara FM. Live now again with our guest today,
Yep.
Akmal Hafizuddin, the Deputy President of Club UMNO Luar Negara Lancaster.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, I want to ask you.
Yep.
Next question. I mean, there are cases where some students they are forced, by their parents to study abroad. I mean,
Study abroad,
it's not willingly they want to be there.
Yeah.
But there are some cases that they want to be there, but some parents doesn't allow them to be there. So what is in your case?
Well, I don't. Initially, I didn't have any grand plan of going abroad or anything like that. But then once SPM was over and I got the results, at that point of time, I didn't really know what to do actually. But as I was going along, doing some reading and whatnot, and I was suggested by my father, especially. He said, if you're not interested into science, why don't you go into accounting and the finance world? Thinking about the options, I figured that I want to drop science and just pursue accounting and finance. So why don't you apply for scholarships and whatnot? So the whole period of applying for scholarships went on, and interestingly, Azwan, that's an interesting story. I've applied for 11 scholarships,
Wow.
but the only one scholarship that my mother helped me was with Mara. And that was the one that I went for and I got it from. So I got my scholarship from that one.
Thank you, Mara.
Thank you, Mara, and thank you, my mom, lah. Yeah, so it's a really funny story. So yeah, and then I got Mara, and so I just flew off. That's not much thinking.
Why
of it.
UK?
Why
I mean,
UK?
it's like so mainstream. I mean, people talking about going abroad. UK. Where are you
UK.
studying in the UK, London? Why UK?
Why UK?
Why not India, for example?
Well, India is mainly focused on medics and medicine
Yeah.
and dentistry. But yeah, we were given two options. The big one, it's either Australia or UK. Australia instead was quite long. You have to wait for the following year, so it's about 7 months of waiting. So I don't have the temperament to be waiting for that. So the quickest option for me was to go UK. So I just went on with
Okay.
it. I just want to get it done with,
All right.
Yeah.
Now, and then when you were there,
Yeah.
of course, we're going to talk about expenditure.
Oh.
All right, this is a
Interesting,
normal
yeah.
question that people will
Yeah.
ask. I mean, especially for students when they are abroad.
Yeah.
We are talking about their sustainability there,
Yeah.
how they spend their money.
How
On.
this went, yeah.
I would like to ask you, from your experience,
From my experience, yeah.
how in terms of expenditure?
Whether it's enough or not, right? Yeah, that's the big question.
I'm sure Mara will give you some allocation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
So how do you actually utilize it?
So, okay. Typically, the minimum allowance given to students abroad, if you have any scholarships, would be £880 if you're in the UK.
That is about what?
4,000 plus, 5,000.
Ringgit, yeah.
5,000 ringgit, yeah. So, at first I thought it wasn't enough because I did some calculations and all that. But 3 months coming into staying abroad, I figured that, wow, suddenly I have a lot of money in my bank because I was saving quite a lot. I was fasting about 4 to 5 days a week.
Wow, you're fasting.
I was fasting in the earlier stages because I thought,
That is because you want to fast or you want to save more money?
inshallah, we try to strive for the akhirah.
Alhamdulillah,
but the dunyawi is forcing us to do it.
Oh, okay.
But that was the
That's why you look slimmer the way last time.
last time lah.
Good, good.
Yeah, thank you.
But I think this in 1 week in Malaysia already gained weight. Hari Raya mood.
Yeah, Hari Raya mood. And Malaysia food, if you want to compare Malaysian's food and UK, it's quite different.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of allowance, it's enough. It's really hard for you to find students complaining, oh, I don't have enough money. If they are complaining about it, then it's either because they are spending too much on unnecessary, accessories and whatnot, like shoes and all that. And then you will find yourself in trouble for not having enough money. But I would say the exception to that rule would be if students were staying in London. London.
Why is that?
Because London expenses is very high. It's it's very high.
But I think
so it's not enough.
If the students study in London,
Yeah.
I mean the allocation is like
Slightly
higher.
more, slightly more, yeah. But even with an increased allowance as opposed to outside London, they are still struggling to survive staying in London.
But they are not allowed to work. Or depends on the
It depends on the
scholarship
on the scholarship agreement. That's right. Yeah, but typically we would not be encouraged to be working outside. But students do.
But so far you are right.
Alhamdulillah, I'm
And
good.
most of the
Lancaster.
students are fine.
They are fine. They are fine.
And that is where Club UMNO comes in.
Yeah.
In terms of maybe helping, I don't know, gathering money sometimes. If
Yeah,
there's
we
a-
do that. We sometimes do collections
in
and
terms of welfare. Yeah?
in terms of welfare of students. Yeah, we do. Like for example, I'll give you. There was once a student whose father died when he was studying abroad in Lancaster. So we went up together. We discussed. We said, why don't we come up with a collection to help with the flight ticket? Because if you want to buy flight tickets on the day itself for the next day, or
Expensive.
it's very expensive. So we do donations and all that. So that's one of our efforts that we strive for. Yeah.
That's great. That's brilliant. And how about in terms of food?
Food.
But that's I think
Yeah.
now in UK because I think there's so many Muslims there right now.
Yeah.
They do cater for some.
That's right.
Halal.
That's right.
foods and-
For juniors, I would say juniors because my batch they've went through all this, so they know the varieties of food available abroad. But for people that are going abroad, one advice I would say, or one one thing I would say is don't worry too much about food because, as Azman said just now, as you said just now, there are Muslim foods all around. Pakistanis, Iranian, Syrian. They come in bunches. So if you want to go, I did a mistake. I packed about 20 sachets of curry powder and kurma and all that.
You love curry, yeah?
Well, I thought I'm gonna miss curry because it's gonna be difficult to find in UK. But when I reached there, I found out that a very store nearby Lancaster sells curry in bunches. It's like you've never left Malaysia at all. So yeah. So don't worry too much about food. It's easy to find halal food, and it's delicious as well. Yeah.
And after that, we talk about just now. You told me there's this incident, when some of the students' parents passed away, and you guys helped out each
yeah.
other.
Yep.
So, what are the other responsibilities that Club
I don't know.
carried out, other than in terms of welfare?
Welfare. It's interesting to say because in Club UMNO, like I said earlier, we are responsible in conducting a few extra activities for Malaysian students abroad. Like apart from holding the bowling competition, we also helped with photography competition and all that. What we strive for mainly, as I said, as we discussed earlier, was that we wanted everyone to come together, Malaysians to come together in spirit, So we find that the best way to be doing that is by holding competitions and all these activities because that's where Malaysians interact with one another. So, and another quite important responsibility that we do is that we like to give out food, Malaysian food especially. Once 3 months or once in 4 months, we would hold nasi lemak giveaway and stuff like that.
Wow.
So yeah, if we have an
that's
activity,
why
we give out food.
You will
yeah.
never miss Malaysia, because the environment.
You will
bring
never-
the Malaysian environment there.
There,
already.
yes, that's right. That's right. So
Alright.
you won't miss Malaysia that much.
That is
yeah.
a very insightful information by Akmal. Thank you. I think we'll
Welcome,
take
yeah.
another break
All right.
for a while. There's a request actually from my, I would say, godmother. She wants the song Michael Bublé Home, and I saw this is very suitable for all the students, our Malaysians that's still there abroad. This is a song for them. Michael Bublé Home live in Mysuara FM.
All right.
Hello, everybody. We are back live in Mysuara FM, the segment Hot Talk segment. Again, with our guest today in the studio, Akmal Hafizuddin, the
Hello.
Deputy President of Club UMNO Luar Negara Lancaster.
Yeah.
Now, I think I want to just shift away from a more general question to a more specific one,
Sure.
relating the safety of our students there. I mean, recently we heard of a lot of terrorism.
Yeah.
Bombing and all those attacks happen, especially in the United Kingdom,
Yeah.
in London and some other locations in the UK. That is also one of the concern in terms of safety of our students there. So I would like to ask you, as a Deputy President of Club, perhaps you have a little weight that you have on you and your members. in terms of safety, what how is it in Lancaster, or perhaps you can just tell as
Generally
a
in
whole,
the United
generally as
Kingdom.
United Kingdom. How is it right there now?
Yeah. We've had these discussions quite several times when you're in the UK. Talking about the terrorist attack, well, in terms of safety, if you're talking about student safety, right? It's basically it is generated by Islamophobia, right? Because the terrorist attack, they in a way they reflect the Muslims living in the UK, right? So the view of the non-Muslims or not yet Muslims or whatever you call them is that the terrorist attack in response to whatever
Attack or
the attack and whatnot, right? So students, mainly women wearing the hijab, are attacked on the streets. They receive banters. They get their hijabs pulled off and all
Wow,
that.
really?
Yeah, they do. There are many cases that happens as such, and Malaysians are not excluded from this because
have cases.
there are cases happening,
Including,
Malaysian students as well. Yeah, it's just that it's not well
Are they allowed
publicized.
to do that?
Of course not. The UK supposedly practices an open speech, and you're allowed to do whatever you want. Believe in whatever you want to
Yeah.
believe in. But then there are certain groups of people that are very extremist, adopting extremist views and all that. So they want to get rid of the Muslims. So yeah.
But this
So
is the
people like
problem, because they are labeling Muslims, especially and the religion of Islam,
Yeah.
as if we are condoning such act.
Yeah.
I mean, we as Muslims, we know how our religion actually, teaches us not to do all those
Yeah,
things.
that's right,
But they are explicitly as if all Muslims are actually part of this
part of the
and
terrorist attack,
condoning this attack.
Yeah.
I mean, which is not.
Yeah.
But that is a problem. But
Yeah.
I hope all the people out there understand.
Understand. Yeah.
That the religion of Islam
Yeah.
does not ever condone such act.
Yeah.
We believe in respecting each other
Yeah.
and protecting each other. I think that's what the main pillars of
That's a good point.
Islam, yeah.
If you would allow me, there are Islamic societies that exist in all these universities over in UK. I mean, you have Islamic societies all around the world in the universities, right? But in the UK specifically, from my observation, is that there are some Islamic societies that are doing campaigns and all that, trying to change the perspective of
Alright.
of non-Muslims towards Islam. They hold lectures, for example, even in Lancaster.
Are you part of that movement?
Yes, I am. Inshallah.
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 You're not part of the terrorist group.
Oh,
eh?
inshallah, no.
Yeah,
No,
I have to
no,
make sure
hopefully
that-
not. Yeah.
Please, because I don't want all
Yeah.
Malaysian students to be involved. I mean, there are some cases.
There are
that
some cases.
reported
That's right.
our
Yeah.
Malaysian students, included,
Manchester.
yeah, in doctrine of these
Yeah, students. They are targeting students. Yeah.
absurd attacks and
Yeah.
philosophy. All this is not good.
Yeah,
But
they brainwash.
It happens. Yeah, brainwash
happens.
our students
They do.
especially. So we
In
don't want that
Manchester,
to
yeah.
happen. And I'm sure you, as a deputy president of Club UMNO, you have to use your weight not to,
Yeah.
you have to ensure that you protect as you can
Yeah,
some of students, not to be influenced.
By the dogmas and all that. Yeah,
And
that's right.
luckily, you're not one of them. Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. Let's hope not. Yeah. So Yeah.
Other than that, perhaps there's certain programs also that Club UMNO initiating.
in terms of
These apa nama?
terrorist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of
So-
trying to curb
Change
the
image of.
image as if Islam is is the backing of this terrorism attack.
Terrorism attack. Well,
Perhaps you will do it in the future. I'm giving an idea.
that you are giving an idea right
Yeah.
now. So thank you very much on that. But to stress on the point, I find that when it's in my opinion that when you try to create a movement, right? It's better if you are focused. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not efficient if you have too many clubs doing the same thing, right? So in my case, in Lancaster, I would say, in my opinion, would be that since we have the Islamic Society going forward with the campaigns and all that, I think UMNO plays a better role if we were to support
Alright.
that movement
Trying
rather
to
than
get there as many as crowd to
yeah.
join and to listen.
create a bigger crowd
Alright,
rather than
yeah.
going on in
the
groups
same
or small
things.
groups, and doing the same thing and all that. So I'm not, and other clubs as well. They can help to either donate or contribute in terms of manpower towards the Islamic under the pillars of the the flag of Islamic society proposing that. Yeah.
All right. So let's just shift towards another point of view.
Yeah.
To a different issue. Maybe in terms of the lifestyle
Oh.
of our
Okay.
Malaysian
Interesting.
students.
Ah.
As I can see, you're a different man now. Before you
I know.
you're here now. You are in the UK. Now you're back, and you can see some changes in terms
really?
of lifestyle and the
I
way you
see.
wear things and the way you looked. So, does that give any impact when you are abroad?
Well, truth be told, when you go abroad, as I said earlier, you are given ample allowance, right? And there are there are a lot of savings that you can do as well. So when you're talking about lifestyle, we get to live a little bit more lavishly than we wanted previously. So, but it all depends on the savings that you do. I mean, it's not to say that you're given the allowance. You can do whatever you want with it. You are allowed. I mean, you are capable of doing everything you want, right?
You need to be
So,
smart.
you need to be smart as well. Yeah. So there's a certain lifestyle. I would not say I changed my lifestyle. It's just that I get to
Your
enjoy.
lifestyle changed. You.
I get to enjoy. No, not enjoy.
yeah.
Not to say enjoy,
Yeah.
but we get to buy a few. A little bit more expensive stuff than we are
Really?
capable of before. But it all depends on the savings that you do. So, you get what you sow lah. So, yeah.
All right, that's a little point of view from our guest today, Akmal Hafizuddin. I think we take another break. I think I want to
Sure.
listen to some music first, and I'm sure the audience
Alright.
would love to listen to some music. So
Yeah,
the
sure,
next
sure.
songs in the track is Enrique Iglesias with the song Bailando
Oh, really?
live, Mysuara
It's nice.
FM.
I like the song.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back live in Mysuara FM again with our guest Akmal Hafizuddin,
Hello.
the Deputy President of Club Amnul Negara Lancaster.
Yeah.
Oh, still pumped up, Akmal. Huh?
Oh, I'm feeling excited.
You say now. Let's talk about transportation. As you see in Malaysia right now,
Yeah.
under the leadership of Prime Minister Dr. Sri Muhammad Najib Tun Razak,
Oh,
the
okay.
latest MRT, you
Yep,
can see
yep.
a huge development
Yeah.
in terms of transportation, connectivity
Yeah.
from different places to different places as
Yeah.
more routes has
Yeah.
been included in the MRTs. And
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
the latest one. How do you see the changes since you were gone until today?
Yeah.
And perhaps you can compare a little bit from Malaysia's at the current situation, and I'm sure you came maybe a little bit more advanced in
Yeah.
terms of their transportation. Any views on that?
Oh, okay. It's really interesting. Before I came, when I went to UK, there were no MRTs and all that. But when I came back, and I heard about the MRT being finished in terms of its development and all that, I find that Malaysia is going to that level of transportation whereby it's connecting everyone. It is very efficient, and it's relatively cheap. I heard that if you want to go from Kajang to KL or something like that, it only costs about what, 3 ringgit?
Yeah, about
3
that.
ringgit.
But currently it's free
Currently
until
it's
the 31st
free.
of August.
Oh, really?
So I would like to take the opportunity to ask everyone, let's jom naik MRT.
Jonai MRT, yeah. I think you should take the opportunity because it's a world-class infrastructure. When you're in the UK, there's no doubt that they are very efficient in terms of their bus services, the trains and all that. People in the UK prefer to use public transportation, hands down. There's no argument in that, all right? Plus, if you're living in London especially, you can see that the tubes that they are using, right, is so packed that sometimes you'd have to wait for 4 to 5 trips if you want to go on the tube because there's so many people using it. Because it's very efficient. It's on time most of the time, and it's fast as well. But if you want to compare at the MRT to the tubes and all that, you can't make that comparison since the tube has been there for so long.
Because currently
But,
the
yeah.
tube are like the main
Yeah.
transportation system
They are,
for
yeah,
them.
yeah,
And
yeah.
currently Malaysia, the MRT is not
It's not the main
yet.
one. Yeah,
Maybe in the future.
The future.
These are the main
Yeah.
transportation chosen by the people.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We should be moving to
the
that
usage
direction.
of cars are less.
Yeah.
In London or perhaps.
Not to say the usage of cars is less. It's just that if there were more cars, I would say London you can't go anywhere because plus the streets are really they have very small streets and all that. The cars moving at the current rate itself, there are so many cars in existence in London, right?
Because I have to ask,
So-
I haven't been to UK.
Oh, you've never been to
I haven't
London? Oh,
I
come
mean,
on, you have to go there
I'm
at least
still
once.
saving money to be there.
Yeah, inshallah, it's okay. If you have any problems, just come over. I
If
have
you have extra
a few
ticket, you can
friends.
bring me along lah when you're going back to your.
Yeah, I'll do my savings as well for you. Sure,
Because
sure.
you say it's now as being a student, you are more wealthier in the UK, as you save a lot of money.
Do it right, do it right.
Do it right.
You should,
So, but use it wisely.
we have to use it
As,
wisely. of
that is
course.
an opportunity and privilege for you guys to be
Yeah,
there.
it is. Yeah.
So use it wisely,
Sure.
and I'm sure you as the deputy president, Club UMNO, I know you have members. You always mention about this.
Yeah, of course. We have to
of
remind
spending
ourselves. Yeah.
smartly. And since you in UK, I'm sure there's a lot of visits by ministers or some political figures. Is there anything you want to share?
Well, I haven't had any experiences doing that, but I am well aware of. As I said, there are two levels of Club UMNO Luar Negara. That's the main one controlling the whole club, and that's the university level club, right? So usually the whole UK one is the one handling the ministers and all that. So yeah, so basically, yeah, the Club UMNO people are the people in charge of handling those stuff. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
and mostly
yeah.
ministers prefer to go to London
Yeah.
because that's where the embassies are at and all that. Yeah, so
That's why the embassies are not for holiday. Eh?
no, no.
Oh, okay. So it's, Sorry?
I'm just a student. I don't know.
all right.
No. I don't know all that. Yeah,
They're there for work.
yeah,
alright,
they're there
please.
for inshallah, of course.
And I want to ask you a different question this time.
Oh,
In terms of nightlife.
nightlife.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
Okay.
students, I'm not sure what you guys do. Usually. Perhaps free time, other than study. I'm sure you guys don't study 24/7. That's impossible.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
That's
there are
right.
students like that, but I'm not sure all are that. So
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some activities or so. Maybe you can share. I mean, experience
The nightlife.
in UK. I
In
mean, many
UK.
of us in Malaysia they're not there yet. Maybe they would like to know what do you guys usually do there. Yeah, anything different.
So, okay. You got me there by surprise.
It's okay. You can just share experience with
really?
your friends, even though you don't do it. Maybe I'm not sure.
Do what?
Anything.
I don't understand. Do what actually?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Okay.
open for discussion.
It's over for this.
Yeah.
Well, the nightlife over in the UK, similar
sorry?
to other overseas countries, would be usually, yeah, the local students over there, they really like to go to clubs, to nightclubs and all that. I'm not sure what
Club,
they do
what,
there.
Club pencinta alam or what?
Club, no.
Club UMNO. Oh,
So, they do like to
nightclub
go to
lah.
nightclubs and all
Alright,
that.
okay.
Yeah. But if you're asking in terms of how Malaysians how Malaysians resolve in their nightlife, I would say they like to play games because there are many avid gamers overseas. I'm quite surprised to see. I have a friend that never played games before he flew to the UK.
Never play games.
Never played game because
Any games.
any games at all. Computer games lah.
Congkak. No. Never.
Chongka, I've never played Chongka lah.
never played,
I never played Chongka. I don't like Chongka.
This is the problem.
No, it's a problem though.
Going abroad, they forgot our traditional games.
It's not forgot.
Yeah.
It's just yeah. So playing games and we sleep a lot, especially in winter because since the night is very long, it's about
And cold,
13 hours. Yeah, when you're at the peak of winter, 13 hours. So yeah, you have ample nighttime to do whatever you want. But I would suggest and I would advise my dear friends to not go to nightclubs and all that. Try
Yeah,
to
that's
please
good, that's good.
please utilize your time well. Try to run away from all the negative aspects of living abroad. So don't try not to be involved with all the.
I hope the students abroad are listening live now. That is the advice you
I
give
hope
by
so.
Akmal, President, Deputy President.
Especially
of,
my
Club
KMS friends.
UMNO. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I heard recently you organized some events, some activities that you help people.
Ah.
You did that's part of your free time
Ah, I
activities, I
see.
guess. So perhaps would like to share with the audience what did you
Yes.
actually do? Yeah.
Yep, that's right. During the holidays, before I came to Malaysia, I thought of not holding. I thought of getting myself involved with volunteering programs and all that. So I found myself in with Club Prism. So they were holding a Sabah trip for us to go to Kampung Selangan and Kampung Maligu. It's over in Pulau Banggi, Sabah. So it's the
Wow.
northern tip of Malaysia. So when we went there, it's more towards majlis kemasyarakatan lah. So we
Yeah,
gave out donations in the form of rice and sugar and all that. So I was in
Kebajikan
charge,
and,
kebajikan,
welfare.
welfare, in terms of the welfare over there.
And I heard you guys also do some other places like in Cambodia.
That's right. Yeah,
So that is good. I mean,
it is.
as the young people, they did their own initiative
Yeah,
to
in volunteering.
in
That's right.
volunteerism,
I
yeah.
find, especially, I applaud KJ's efforts in terms of pushing
Oh, YB,
students.
KJ.
YB KJ.
Our Minister, Youth
the,
and Sports, ladies and
Minister of
gentlemen.
Youth. Yes, that's right. The star, the Abah
The
of
Abah.
our generation.
The daddy.
So, the daddy of our generation. So I applaud his efforts in terms of pushing students, especially in our age, to go for all the volunteering programs and all that, because we should utilize our time and youth as best as possible
So I
to
would
help
like you
others.
to also utilize your free time now when you
Yeah.
are back in Malaysia for holiday because SEA Games is coming in.
Right,
Please
yeah,
be
yeah.
one of the volunteers too. We all can volunteer to help out
Inshallah,
in the SEA
yeah.
Games, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
As we are hosting the SEA Games this time around,
Yeah.
which is the initiating event will be on the 19th of
19th.
August. So it's
Not
very
that long.
soon.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the last break.
Yeah.
And another song.
Sure.
As young people are very active, very hyper because they drink and eat a lot of sugar. So I'm going to give you one
Okay.
song. I'm sure all of you know this song. It's called Sugar by Maroon 5. Live Mysuara FM. We are back live. And we are coming to the end of the session already. Unfortunately, I know you wish to be here the whole day. I know. You wish Hot Talk will be 24/7, but unfortunately, it's not gonna be it. So at the end of the session, so I hope maybe Akmal, as a student abroad, and also as the deputy president of Club UMNO Luar Negara Lancaster, perhaps I want two things from you, if possible.
Yeah.
Number one, maybe some message that you want to give to the current student abroad and also maybe to the future student that will be flying abroad, maybe some reminders based on your experience.
Yeah.
And the second one is I want to know the overall advantages that you get by studying abroad. Because I'm sure there are still some battle saying that studying local is better, studying abroad is better. Some that. So I hope you could just contribute in clearing that matter.
Yeah, sure. Can I start off with the second question first?
Please.
Then the advice comes later. All right. So, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, so I would say the advantages of studying abroad would be you are exposed to a very different environment. It is a totally different environment. There are different people, and for certain people, they would say, "No, it doesn't affect that much of how you would view life and all that." It does. It changes a lot of things. For me, it changes how, in terms of interaction with other people, how you are supposed to be opinionated. You have the rights to be opinionated towards a certain thing. You are not supposed to be, a block. You're not supposed to be fitting one block. And if you are not having that shape, you're considered wrong. No. When you go abroad, there's this culture whereby they like to discuss ideas and all that. And it is, I'm not sure whether it's a taboo over in Malaysia, but people in Malaysia, in my opinion, in my view,
You're saying that we cannot speak our mind in Malaysia?
you can. It's just that when you are
I've been speaking on my mind all this while in my country.
true,
I
but
love my country.
that's for you. It's just that when you are in you're surrounded by people that are quite timid and quite scared.
The country allow that to happen,
They-
but the
they do.
surrounding,
The surrounding,
are like trying to
the
give-
culture is different. Yeah,
negative
I'm not
perception,
going.
yeah.
I'm not going into legalities and all that. It's just that.
Have to
when
make
we're
that clear.
of course. Don't worry.
All right.
So yeah, so it does change a lot of things. It changes how you view how an efficient how an efficient
Uh.
society works and how we can improve ourselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how.
But I think,
the biggest part of it.
Malaysia are going towards that path.
Yeah, we are.
To
We are.
more
Yeah, especially
open,
yeah,
minded.
especially if
society.
if the government and the elders were to focus more on allowing the younger generations to
That's what they are
to
doing
take
now.
help. Yeah,
With the TN50s movement.
it's a very good
under
movement.
YB
Yeah.
Khairi Jamaluddin.
Kari Jamuddin.
My
Yeah,
idol.
I heard, yeah.
So they are going everywhere
To promote,
to
yeah,
listen, to listen to the grassroots
Yeah.
opinion
Yeah.
and suggestion by the young people.
By the young people,
So
yeah.
that is the way, I think.
Empowering the
listen.
young
Yeah,
people would
empowering
help
young
us
people.
to reach our destination.
Maybe a
inshallah.
short more your, like I said.
Oh,
some
the
reminders,
advice. Yeah, the advice.
for the,
All right. What I would advise for people studying abroad is that please study well. Don't forget why you are there in the first place. But at the same time, please enjoy as well. Don't be staying in your university dorm rooms or
Not too
your
stressed
house. Not too stressed out, and not to be not stressed out at all. I mean,
Yeah.
don't be playing games all the time.
Check
you
and
know?
balance.
Check and balance as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, and travel a lot. Yeah, save money to go traveling because it's an eye opener for you to see different cultures around the world. Yeah, so that's for people already studying, and for the prospect students going abroad, I would say, get yourself prepared mentally, emotionally, and don't forget where you come from, right? Because people, they have the tendency when you go off, they leave off all the remnants of who they are in Malaysia, and they become a different person over in the UK. So yeah, don't do that. So stick to the good values that has been imposed to us all this time, and inshallah, solat jangan tinggal. Please, Al-Quran maintain. Inshallah, and as well, and also mix around with the people when you're overseas. Don't be staying.
Go out of your comfort zone.
Go out of your comfort zone and do the best you can to enjoy your life
Alright.
over when you're studying abroad.
That is brilliant recommendation and suggestions and advice by
Thank you.
again our guest today, Akmal Hafizuddin Muhammad Adam, Deputy
Thank you.
President of Club UMNO Luar Negara Lancaster. Once again, brother, I want to say thank you
Thank you very much
for joining us
Yeah.
in the
Thank you.
studio
You're
today.
welcome.
So many insightful comments and opinion today in our session of Hot Talk today. So I think we have come to an end to our session. I would like to say thank you to everyone for listening up to Hot Talk today with me, Azman Aziz, as a DJ, replacing my brother, Ridwan Rosli. And hope to meet with you guys, hopefully next week. Stay tuned to this Hot Talk next week, 11 o'clock on Tuesday, every Tuesday, 11 o'clock. So once again, thank you very much, everybody. And just to close up the session, I think it's better for us to listen some very nice, beautiful song. I love this song. It's
song?
how can we actually make this world a better place as a younger generation, as a young and going towards TN50. I hope everybody can contribute a little bit, not just for ourselves, not just for our family, not just for society, but the most important thing is for the country, our beloved country, Malaysia. So thank you very much again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this song is called Heal the World by Michael Jackson.